Imagine coming home from work. You just got a promotion. Or maybe something exciting is about to happen. You just started a new project or have been given an opportunity to speak about your work. You run home to tell your partner, close friend, or even a family member about this news, but can't help but notice they aren't exactly engaged. They're physically there, but you can tell that they don't really care. Instantly, you're hurt. Obviously, you can't force someone to care, but active listening on their part would be a nice gesture so that you know they could at least care about you. Active listening is something that everyone should practice, not only to keep yourself engaged in relationships, but also to show people you care about what they have to say. First, I'm going to tell you what active listening is. Then we'll discuss how it shows your loved ones that you care. And afterwards, we will discuss how it encourages conflict resolution and communication. We will close with the empathy and trust that can be built in relationships that use active listening. Before you adopt active listening as a daily practice in your relationships, there is an importance to knowing what it means to actively listen. In an article called 7 Active Listening Techniques for Better Communication, Koenig describes active listening as a communication skill that goes beyond simply hearing words, involving active processing and seeking to understand the meaning and intent behind them. Active listening and just listening can be divided by understanding words rather than just hearing them. Some of the attributes of active listening lie in your body language as a person talks. Using eye contact, body language that demonstrates interest, and agreeing to someone's words with a nod of a head as they talk are all body language traits of someone actively listening, according to Seibor and Dubin. These body language traits are easy to engage in, but change the way the speaker feels about your listening skills while they talk. The other attributes of actively listening rely on how you respond to a person who is talking. Active listening is a communication skill that combines body language and listening responses to show someone who is speaking respect and understanding. Now that we know what active listening is and how to do it, why is it important? Active listening is important for showing the speaker that you care about what they're saying and that they are worth listening to. According to Koenig, being an active listener can prove to others that the conversation is all about them and not about you, which matters the most in situations where the speaker is struggling emotionally. When you take your own input and judgment out of a conversation and only focus on what a person is saying or feeling, you show them you care and will continue to care, even if the conversation has nothing to do with you. Another benefit is making your friend, partner, or family member feel as though they can speak freely without judgment or the fear that they will be ashamed of or misconstrued. Showing someone you care, that you care through the way you listen, can help them feel safe to communicate with you and prove a selflessness in the relationship that makes them feel important. What other benefits can come out of active listening? Being able to actively listen does not just benefit the speaker, it can also help the active listener with their communication and ability to resolve conflicts. When dealing with conflicts in any relationship, listening to how the other person is feeling is very crucial to solve the conflict. While you may feel as though you are understanding what the person is saying, if you are not actively listening, there is a huge chance they have no clue what you are actually taking in what they have to say. Repeating things back to the speaker worded differently, according to Chastain, is a perfect way to make sure you understand the speaker's true feelings in any conflict. If you understood them correctly, the other party will greatly appreciate your ability to understand them. In the case that you were completely wrong, the speaker can restate their grievance, and then you will have a full understanding of what is bothering someone you care about. Active listening helps us to see past only our view on something. Vieser writes, "Sometimes we become so entrenched in our own beliefs that it is difficult to see other people's perspectives. With active listening, we put our own ideas and beliefs aside and try to understand someone else's. With this, conflict is easily resolved because we can understand different views. Seeing the situation from a different perspective and understanding how the other person feels can help so much with healthy conflict resolution." But how will this active listening strengthen a relationship? In a relationship, active listening builds empathy and trust. Like I discussed in the previous point, active listening helps us to see other perspectives and understand other people's emotions. This is exactly what it means to be empathetic. Through active listening, we practice empathy, which strengthens our relationships. When we can truly show our friends, families, and partners that we care and understand them, trust is built. There is another communication practice that is closely related to active listening called empathetic listening. This is active listening, but it focuses on repeating their possible emotions rather than just their words. Sutton writes, empathetic listening shows understanding, encouraging the speaker to share more by validating them without judgment. While with active listening, we build trust and empathy by listening and putting ourselves into our loved one's shoes. To close, we talked about what active listening is and its benefits for your relationships, which are showing that you care, conflict resolution, and building trust and empathy. Active listening is so crucial to make your relationships meaningful and emotionally intimate. Active listening is a communication tactic that everyone should be using in their relationships. Next time you see a friend, family member, or your partner, show them that you really care with active listening.